Okay, well, the chief guest of today's function, Mr. PVKR Maleka Arjun Rao, uh, Madam Professor Dr. Savita Sengar, the Vice Chancellor, Jharkhand Rai University, the Registrar, Dr. Piyush Ranjan of Jharkhand Rai University, distinguished guests from different walks of technical education system, industry experts, eminent professionals from institutions, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to extend my very, very good morning to all of you. As we all know, today happens to be the fifth consecutive year when this Board of Practical Training and Jharkhand Rai University has once again come up with some of the very noble approach and noble work. Why I say this is a noble work? Because we all will agree to one important issue, that is losing loss of the job during this pandemic. But when one side the people are really facing very hard time due to the loss of the jobs, this is the Jharkhand Rai University and Board of Practical Training, who happens to come up every year and this year also as a most important platform to bring before the students, where the students are required to show their own inherent talent, their knowledge, their skills, so that the industries, they can offer a 1 year apprenticeship training. Now, how we relate apprenticeship training with the job? As we all know, the banner of today's or the this week event is called job fair, online job fair. Then many of the students might be having a confusion in their mind how this job fair is related to the apprenticeship training. For them, I like to mention before that, look, the today's time of industries, where are we have got about 70% of the industries are amongst the responsible industries category. One side of the story is that Board of Practical Training has about 2,000 registered industries within the eastern region under the NATS, National Apprenticeship Training. But out of these 2,000, there are 800 approximate industries who are really responsible industries. When I say responsible industries, the important point to make is that they abide by the rule of the law, the rule of the land, and the law is being properly been fulfilled in their industry. Maybe it's employee welfare related laws, or it may be laws such as apprenticeship training and others. Out of the other 1,200 industries who have been left out of this bracket of responsible industries, I can say that there are about 400 who are not as responsible as it should have been, and there are about 800 industries who are not at all responsible, or they are not sensitive enough to the call of Board of Practical Training as far as the implementation of the Act is concerned. So we all agree that there are sizable number of industries also. If they are also sensitive enough and they come and join hands with us, I think this the area of having less job opportunities for the students in the eastern region, at least, that will not be remaining there. I am sure that all such industries, about 400, 800 industries who are not sensitive, although they are required to, they are mandated to engage apprentices under the provisions of the law of the Apprentices Act, but they are not doing it because of the reason best known to them. We are pressing hard to them and trying to pursue as far as possible. Our approach has been always friendly in the past, and we will try to be friendly in the future also. But at the same time, if some industries who are not able to be sensitive enough in today's time of pandemic, even when all the citizens or all the students community, especially the youth of India, who are in dire need of jobs, if they are not sensitive enough, we'll have to have a different approach. And the different approach can be, one of those approach may be that we'll have to implement the act more forcibly. Now, the second part is that in today's platform of virtual online job fair, which have been very less in number throughout the country that I have seen during last 1 year been organized. This particular job fair, which has been a part of today's function, is certainly one of the biggest in the eastern region, and I see about more than 600 students will be able to go through this particular event and will be able to join in different industries. Now, the industries are also very helpful. They are very friendly with BOPT, and they are always been providing helping hand to all the students who are in need at their time of their need. Now, the students who are always demanding jobs, they need to introspect themselves more authentically, more effectively. A student who always say that, sir, we are not able to get a job. In fact, BOPT has got its Twitter handle, and on the Twitter handle, I am every day finding out about more than 100 students who are asking for job. Sir, मुझे job दे दीजिए, मैं बेकार बैठा हूँ, मैं बेकार बैठा हूँ. But the issue is, it's not a joblessness amongst the technical students or non-engineering students. It's an overall unemployment scenario that is prevailing in our country. But if the students try to feel and try to introspect that why they are not being able to secure a job, I believe that this exercise or this introspection will help the students in understanding the loopholes or understanding the gaps that they are having. And if they are able to plug those gaps, certainly they will be employable. And that's all this apprenticeship training comes into, bridging that gap. Whatever students are at presently and what are the needs of the industry. So if the need of the industries are properly been understood and what the students are possessing, if these two areas are known, this apprenticeship training will certainly scale up those ability of the students and try to plug those holes available as a part of bridging the gap. The students are the community where I need to address more effectively in today's meeting, in the sense that many a times they feel that this apprenticeship training is not what they deserve it. But let me tell you, in the European countries, if a student gets an apprenticeship, means it's one of the biggest assets and one of the biggest jewelry that any of the student community that can possess. It is an asset for the European students. And in the European countries, especially Germany, the students who happens to secure an apprenticeship means they are highly demanded. Once the students they enter into the industries through an apprenticeship gateway, there are many number of industries who are always eyeing towards the progress of any students through their portal, through their online system, and the students are being offered by not only single industry but more than one industries the job once they complete their apprenticeship. Now, in today's time in India also, Ministry of Education has developed a NATS portal, and that NATS portal was implemented in the year 2015. And after implementation, we have gone developed further into an area where all the industries can also find suitable students possessing the required skill set amongst the trainees already who happens to complete their training. So I request the industries also that during the course of their 1 year time period of recruitment, whenever they feel any recruitment or any vacancy created for a personal requiring job experience or requiring certain amount of skill in any areas, they must visit NATS portal, because in the NATS portal it's open to everybody, every industries. On the home page itself, there's a facility available where the industries can go and search the personnel of requisite skill sets amongst the trainees. So this is one of the areas for the industry. For the students once they get apprenticeship training, their entire development, entire progress on quarterly basis during the course of apprenticeship is translated into a form of CV. A very good biodata is generated online, and that biodata is digitally available for the industries to get those biodata and work upon them if they require. So for the student also, during the course of 1 year training, if they keep on progressing, if they keep on doing this apprenticeship training more sincerely, more effectively, the biodata or the CV that will be generated containing the quarterly progress during 1 year will certainly help those students in securing a gainful employment, not only employment, rather a gainful employment. So this 1 year apprenticeship training is one of the bridging components for the student, and students in our part of the country as well as throughout India must understand that this apprenticeship is very vital for all such students who are not able to secure job through campus or through off campus immediately after completion of their degrees. The students should not get disheartened with the words of apprenticeship. Rather, I request all of you, student community in particular, to go and propagate the idea of apprenticeship. It is the apprenticeship era. For your information, Board of Practical Training is going to organize a regional apprenticeship day, and we prefer all institutions to conduct at least one day as an apprenticeship day in their own institute, so that it will provide a platform for the students to know about what is apprenticeship. Our office will also collaborate with them and trying to disseminate the information about the apprenticeship and its benefit for the students as well as the industries. Maybe in the month of August end or September beginning, the dates are going to be finalized very soon. We'll be conducting a regional apprenticeship day. On that particular day, we are going to facilitate three important stakeholders. One is the students, another one is the institute, and third is the industries. Amongst those industries who are in the process of NATS or who are the partner in the NATS during the year 2020-21, whosoever will be competing and whosoever will be winning, will be providing them the medal and trophy as the best industry or industry of the year, institute of the year, and apprentice of the year. So the apprenticeship word has to be branded, it has to be propagated in more scientific manner amongst the students, so that the students are not discouraged, rather they must take a benefit of this. The job will come certainly unless the students are not able to equip themselves with the required technical skills as well as the soft skill, which is the most needed by the industry. In the next 5 days that we are going to see, we'll be seeing the students talking to the industry's officials, and the industry officials try to find out who amongst the students are having the best technical knowledge to the extent that they might have been taught in the colleges, or the students who might have got an exposure with the industries along with the soft skill that the students will be possessing. So once the industries will be judging on the basis of their discussion with the students, and whosoever students will able to project themselves as the best person among the lot, they will be selected. And I'm sure that at least 70 to 80% of these apprentices who will be joining through this job fair to the industries, about 70% of them will be retained after completion of their training. It is mostly happening in the private organization and private industries. No matter what, I congratulate all the students who are attending today's job fair or going to attend in the next 5 days this job fair. I urge upon them to kindly propagate this apprenticeship training facility amongst all the student community. And this is one of the best platform being provided by the government of India. Let us all join hands together and try to strengthen this apprenticeship training system of bridging the skill gap amongst the youth and make this as a grand success. With these few words, I congratulate all the officials of Jharkhand Rai University as well as the officers of BOPT who happens to work tirelessly to make this today's event a grand success. And I hope also, and this is my wish, that the coming 5 days will be one of the historic moments among the BOPT and the Jharkhand Rai University to pen down on their annual activities as one of the successful events of the year. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.